For one, what you want is a pretty fleeting thing. What we want is is a temporary kind of thing, like the clouds or the weather today, and it changes depending on the conditions. It changes depending on who you are at the moment, and how what your current needs are. When our needs are met, we have different wants. When our needs are not met, we have a certain set of wants, right? So, you know, it's important to understand these things, and that like we create our future. And so if you create with malice, if you create with carelessness, if you create with arrogance, if you create with violence or lies or manipulation, then you create a world that is full of those things. There is no way to not do that. The only way to not do that is don't do those things. So whatever you're trying to do in your life, don't do it that way. And part of this is because it creates a situation where you can't really work well with other people. If you're toxic to other people, even if they want to work with you or want to collaborate or create with you, they kind of can't, because even if they want to, whatever you make ends up sort of being toxic to itself. So the only way to really make anything that feels good, that lasts, that is sustainable, is to make it with positive, affirming intentions, with careful, healthy, conscious forethought. You have to go through your life with a sense of conscious responsibility for what you create. And when you do that, for one, you can choose more carefully what it is you're creating and make a life that feels better and more aligned to you. But more than that, you also can have better things happen to you that you can't imagine, because when you create an environment where you're not toxic to other people, they can bring their gifts to you into your life, ideas you hadn't thought of, right? That are maybe better than, somebody's got an idea for you want to hang out with your friends, and somebody's got an idea for what to do tonight. If you already made up your mind and you're not interested in listening to anyone else, maybe they have a better idea, an idea that normally you would like better, but you just didn't feel like listening. So, or it was, my idea first or whatever. We get caught up on these little bits of it, and we totally forget that if you just approach it from a more holistic, what are we creating kind of standpoint. Oh, this other thing would be way more fun tonight. I can do my idea another time, and then you get to have both. You know what I mean? And that's the thing, is that open-mindedness allows you to have both, right? The way we win matters. The way we approach conversations matters. The way we approach relationships matters. The way we approach sex matters. By the way, if it's non-consensual sex, I promise you, it's nowhere near as cool or as awesome as consensual sex is. It goes for everything else. Like if you're forcing somebody into a thing, it's never as good or healthy or as sustainable or nourishing to you, or just as good. It's not as good when it's done the wrong way. You try to do a government. If you do it from the wrong headspace, it comes out wrong and it becomes violent, and so on and so forth. So you have to have the right headspace. You have to have the right heart space. You have to have true understanding of your heart and what it means, right? You got to understand all these things, because we are creating. You can acknowledge it if you want to. You don't have to acknowledge it if you don't want to. You can just be driving blind through your life, but then you can't be super surprised when things don't really work out, or they work out but they feel hollow or whatever. You know what I mean? Or you tried one thing and it just never works. It never goes right. Why is everything always messed up all the time? Why can't this? Why can't that? Well, you got to start looking at the way we do things. The why you do things. Why are you doing this? Why do you want that thing? What's that supposed to get for you? You got to think things through a little more thoroughly, right? This is the way we do things. And then with this careful way, we create better. We create more of what we actually want. We resolve problems that are preventing us from living the life that we really want to live, right? But there's these holistic human elements of it and these community elements of it, that you can't have a good life without a healthy body, without a healthy mind, without a healthy heart, spirit-wise, healthy energy, healthy attitudes and beliefs, and without a healthy community. You can't really have a great life. You can have little bits of it at huge cost, but you can never really have the whole thing, because the whole thing is made up of all of those other things going well.